Well, it's that time of the year when festive season, the sale is what everyone sort of glued to. And the demand is also highly anticipated considering these are going to be the best months. And online retailers have changed the entire narrative. And joining me is the man who's again going to be driving the Big Billion Day sales at Flipkart, Kalyan Krishnamurthy. Thank you so much for joining us. Kalyan, I ask you this every BBD, what's different this time, considering this has become one of the biggest annual events for Flipkart, not only but the industry as well.
Yeah. So welcome to our office, Rahul. Really appreciate that you're covering this event for us. I'll actually answer two questions. One is what is common every BBD, and then I will answer your question on what is different. Is that okay?
Yeah, works.
So I'll tell you what is common and what is most exciting to me personally. This is a unique time when the whole company, the whole building comes together. It's a time when everybody collaborates towards one purpose, to make India shop. It's very exciting for me. I just completely love the vibrancy, love the energy in the teams. So that's what is common. That's been the case every BBD for us, every festival season for us. What is different this year, and actually what has been different in the last couple of years and the evolution of the festival season and BBD specifically, is that there was a perception that BBD is about discounts, it's about deep pricing. Actually, you'll be surprised to know that it's not about that. Over the years, the way the festival season and BBD specifically has evolved is it's heavily about access and affordability. How do we get the true India, the real India who resides in tier 1 cities, tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, how do we get them affordable selection, quality products, make them a lot more affordable for the country? That's the biggest thing we think about, and we start thinking about this like 8 months back, 10 months back. That's number one. Number two is how do we get products affordable from a financing and credit point of view. So if you just look at the last couple of years, last 2-3 years.
Sort of enhance the entire scope of offerings.
Absolutely. Yeah. This year, there will be 55 million customers of Flipkart who will have access to some kind of a credit. This number was about 10 million 2 to 3 years
We're
back.
talking about zero cost EMIs and
all of those
a lot
put together,
of that.
cashless credit, buy now, pay later, zero cost EMIs using a credit card, all of those put together, 55 million customers will have access to that. This number was 10 million a few years back. So the scale has just gone up so much. It's very, very exciting. So some of these constructs, and talking about access. Access, once again, there is digital access and then there is physical access. And digital access, for the first time, we have launched Hindi.
So I was going to come to that.
Yeah. So we launched it just about a few weeks back, and it's already very, very encouraging. The adoption of Hindi on the app is very, very, very encouraging. That is a very big part of digital access. Yes, a big part of focus. We'll expand this offering in more languages as we go into the next year. The other part is also we launched video, we launched feeds. All of these are part of digital access. 70% of new users who enter the consumer internet funnel in India, especially in tier 2, tier 3 cities, they enter through some kind of a video platform. That's the biggest reason why we launched it. Again, it's a month old, but it's picking up very fast for us.
But you know, let's talk about reaching out to tier 2, tier 3 towns, and that's been a focus area across BBD because a lot of first-time users come on board. So do you see the languages bet, the vernacular bet, the video bet, all of them sort of helping you get the next 50, the next 100 million users who perhaps for the first time are getting on the internet really?
Absolutely correct. All of these plus the selection piece I spoke about, right? We work with our merchants, our artisans, brands, our own private label brands to get more and more affordable selection for the country. That's a very big part of expanding the base and getting them onto becoming e-commerce shoppers.
Got it.
One more thing is just the physical access itself. Through eCart and Jeeves, we are today delivering to roughly 19,000 PIN codes. And it's not just about delivering products. If you just look at evolution of e-commerce several years back, it was just getting a package to somebody. Today, it is a very, very customized experience. It's a tailored shopping experience. If you're buying furniture, how do you get the furniture to you? How do I install it for you? How do I do a demo? So that access is now for furniture and appliances and televisions is now in 16,000 pin codes. That number was probably 5,000 pin codes a few years
So
back.
in terms of access, it's gone up massively.
It's about access, it's about affordability. That's what BBD is about, versus if you just look at this several years back, it was just about, I got a better price, I got deep discounts. It's no longer about that.
We're moving beyond that.
Absolutely.
But also, Kalyan, this will be the second BBD, so to say, after Walmart has come on board. Does anything change in terms of process, the processes behind it, or how you sort of fuel the sale? Has anything changed really?
No. See, overall, the relationship with Walmart has been very progressive. We have learned a lot. They are among the world's most successful companies. Don't forget that, right? They are among the world's biggest companies and the most successful companies. We are very lucky to have them as partners. We've learned a lot from them, and I think the partnership is just beginning. I think the value which we can gain from them in the next few years, it's going to be huge for us.
Got it. But just to add on, in terms of categories, you spoke about TV, large furniture. Which are the categories that you see will drive demand this way? But have we moved beyond the core categories of smartphones, electronics, fashion, so to say, to sort of have a well-rounded good? Where's the demand that you're anticipating will come from?
See, the number one customer category for Flipkart is fashion, followed by all general merchandise categories, which includes a lot of mom and baby categories, toys, baby care, sporting goods, beauty care, followed by home goods. All of these are the biggest categories for us on Flipkart, and that's what we are getting into the festival season with. See, also don't forget that as the company scales, as the marketplace gets bigger and bigger, we start to mirror the economic structure, the commerce structure of the country itself. And if you look at it there, categories like fashion are 4 to 5x of categories like smartphones. So that's the way eventually the business will go.
Got it. Kalyan, the last time we were here, I think on the third day of the sale, you declared that, we've conquered it by market share, by also, the sale is almost done for us. So in terms of targets, double than last year. I know you will not go into GMV and all of that, considering Walmart is on board. But largely, what are the targets for BBD this time?
See, once again, it's not about the output metrics. It's not about GMV, irrespective of Walmart is there or not there. It's not about those. It's about the input metrics. How do you get the adoption of credit, for example, to 55 million customers versus 10 million customers? Those are the metrics we are tracking. How do you get this particular selection to as many customers as possible? All metrics, be it consumer, merchant, will grow from anywhere from 40% to 80%. That's what we are looking at. GMV is not the single biggest metric.
If I were to rephrase it, are you confident of maintaining market leadership this time around as well?
I think that if we maintain market leadership coming after the festival season, we've actually lost it. I think in the last 3 years, each and every year, we have gained market share coming out of the festival season. We are very confident of doing it again this year. But see, our narrative has gone way beyond market share. We have taken this responsibility to actually bring a lot more innovation and creativity to the market. For example, some of the marketing campaigns which we ran last year are actually being done by a lot of other e-commerce players in the market this year. And you know what? We are proud of that. So that's what we want to bring to the market. So it's no longer about market share. So yeah.
All right. But in terms of entire consumer slowdown, and interestingly, you had indicated it before also, you're not seeing any of that pan out on the e-commerce space. But how long will this be insulated when we are talking about a larger slowdown reflecting in the GDP numbers? The job market also is heavily screwed. So, for now, you're seeing all of that has not really impacted the space.
See, it's not about that. When there is a little bit of a slowdown in the market, consumers go to value platforms. And that's the reason we don't see an impact, because we are a value platform and we sell a huge amount of daily stuff for daily categories for customers. We sell basic clothing, basic footwear, even groceries. All of these categories people would consume, and actually people would shift in fact to value platforms as and when there is an economic slowdown.
Got it. Yeah. But video also that you spoke about being a big bet, languages being a big bet. But at a time when Apple has forayed, you have someone like Zomato. Everyone wants to really get into video production, considering India is such a market that's lapping it up. What's happening in terms of partnerships? How would you really drive this if this has been the big focus area? Amazon aside, as I mentioned, Apple is also sort of here.
Yeah. See, We don't chase any kind of vanity metrics. We don't chase output metrics. If you just look at Flipkart when we started in 2007, there were probably existing 10 e-commerce companies, and over the last 12 years, there's probably 50, 60 e-commerce companies that have come. So we believe in our technology, we believe in our innovation, we believe we'll win through that. So we're not worried about that at all.
All right. Last couple of questions before I let you go. In terms of the entire ambiguity around the regulatory framework, things have settled around FDI rules. Is there more clarity in terms of business operations as you go out there and expand?
We did not have any ambiguity like that, okay? The government of India is extremely progressive, very consultative. We have a great partnership and we continue to look forward to that. So, yeah.
So that's not really had an impact. But, you know, on a larger plans for an IPO, how will the coming months really be crucial, really, in terms of how you would expand here for it to really fall place in the coming years? That is really.
See, an IPO is not about the coming months. An IPO is about having a loyal customer base, a sustainable business, a compliant business. So that's what we really care about.
Which you've been increasingly focusing on.
Which has been the big focus for the company for several years. So we are not, these next 2-3 months has nothing to do with an IPO.
But Kalyan, have you drawn a pure shopping list for this BBD? What are you looking to really shop for this sale?
I shop a lot actually during the festival season. I look for books, I look for clothing, I look for appliances. Last year I bought a laptop, I bought a television. So I don't have access to all the deals myself, so I need to look at the deals and then probably decide.
But from a deals perspective, from a discount perspective, the sense from sellers that this year will be better compared to last year really? What's the sense from sellers?
See, we don't interact with our sellers in that kind of a capacity to go and ask them as to what the quality of
the general sense across.
See, the consumer sentiment getting into the festival season is very strong. Actually, especially the last few weeks when we look at our data, it's been very, very strong. So we're very confident that we'll have a great festival season.
Look forward to chatting up with you post the festive season
as
well. Wonderful chatting up. Thanks. Thank you so much.